This is Mike, and everybody watches AccessTV.org.
And today's subject matter is economic development of your local communities. It's a follow-up to a prior session, and today we have as a guest Mr. Eugene Findley, who's associated with D&D Enterprises here locally and on the national level, the Social Compact Project, which he will be explaining to in detail. We feel very appreciative and with Mr. Findley being here in order to give us an understanding not only of an approach to the economic program problems that we have, but also a possible solution, which is what the program is about. You know, the education of our audience about the different elements to make their life a little better, and not just to talk about it, but to come up with some solutions.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr.
Good morning.
Findley.
Good morning.
I appreciate very much you being here today, and I was wondering how you feel that the economic development of the community should be accomplished.
First of all, great question, and we'd like to thank you for having us today. And we feel an honor and a privilege to be on this program. The Social Compact Project, whose founder is James Orinogo, has a host of initiatives that help improve our economy. Our core initiative is Matrix 3, which is an economy in itself. We call it My Social Economy. Now, within the Matrix 3, we have three contests, if you will, or three information tools that we use. One is SOTA, or State of the American Address, where one could build communication skills and learning and taught how to present certain elements of speech when they need to, or to convey a message or an idea when they have one. Then we have Graduate Debt-Free or Rich. We like to call it G-Rich. Within G-Rich, this is the money tool which we use to educate the community on leveraging the principles of money, saving, budgeting, and how to actually invest and to turn a profit on that. Then last, which in the Matrix 3 we have, is Jury School. Jury School is where we build insight, logic, and knowledge into the jury system and how that works within our community, within our society, within the world as a whole in the United States. So we see it as, the founder, James Orinogo, as an opportunity to engage the youth with substance entertainment, therefore building an economy within our own self, with the empowering themselves, the power of me, lighting someone else's candle with the knowledge that matters and the skills that count.
Give a little more of a definition of substance entertainment. Sounds very, very interesting and different.
Sure, thank you. Substance entertainment is an alternative to the information that is being put out over the web or the social networking medias. It's where we can engage the youth in knowledge that matters and the skills that count. Actually, we like to call it pedigree. We have a lot of our youth, as well as adults, that are engaging themselves in activity and knowledge and things that produces the betterment for themselves. What I mean is we have young people that go into college for finance. We have young people going to school for law. We have young people going to school for various different trades. So we like to engage those youth on this platform to share ideas, to engage and interact with one another with the substance entertainment, and all the while making it fun, where they have contests and so on and so forth.
You mentioned sharing, and sharing is a big part of your philosophy, and it's also tied in with a membership, and I guess there are incentives for sharing.
Yes.
Could you explain that?
Sure. There are membership dues just like there are membership dues to any private club, and we like to say this is a private club, Matrix 3. MATRX, the number 3.com. It's an online platform where our members pay membership dues of $12 for an individual and $29 for a business or an organization.
That's for what period is that? Yearly
Monthly.
fee? That's a monthly fee.
Monthly. Now this monthly fee allows us access to use the platform to share ideas, to upload videos, to share with the community and the nation as a whole what we're doing. It's a call to the late President John F. Kennedy. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And what our current President Barack Obama says, you be the change that you seek. So now on this platform, we allow them to express their ideas, express their talent on our platform.
Well, would you say that you're comparable to Facebook so far as it being that this platform being a communications vehicle,
Yes.
but with more purposeful applications?
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't. You said it best. You know more about it than I do. Then. No, absolutely.
Just from what you say, I can understand that the communications and and from what I gather in talking about the founder, that he is a firm believer in our property being the intellectual properties.
Exactly.
For us to use our minds so far as to developing our economy.
Absolutely, absolutely. You said it very well. And in that is the social network and medias that are there today. We're giving our community,
Mm-hmm.
our society, an opportunity to engage in a purposeful, driven economy of our own with this knowledge, with this skill set in this new age. It's a social network and media age that we're in. And in this digital age, it's either catch on or be left behind, one or the other. So it requires a new skill set in this age that we're in. So in this new media, social network and digital age, we're encouraging not only our youth but adults to get onto our platforms and actually get involved with what's going on. Instead of complaining about the situation that plague our society and our communities as a whole, we're actually engaging our community to do something about it. We're in the action plan. As you said in IDC, we're in the business of ideas. So yes, we're about doing as opposed to complaining.
It seems to me that a lot of what you do is educational, and your marketing of your project. Is that done basically privately, or is there any cooperation you're getting from school systems and to at least them being aware of what you're doing?
Okay. Yes. Keep in mind, we're only going on 2 months old,
Mm-hmm.
and we're actually getting a lot of great feedback, a lot of great comments from various different political leaders, teachers, businesswomen, businessmen about this project. So as we go out into the market and grab market share, of course, we're looking for more people to gather on and join on to what we're doing. And this is where the individual membership comes into play, where we fuel our own economy.
Right.
So as opposed to going asking someone for a handout, if you will, or hat in hand, we're actually fueling our own economy.
Right.
So it's been said it was ingenious by various different people that view our platform.
So far as the economic tool, the basis of which being a relatively modest membership fee,
Yes.
how do you generate the type of dollars,
Okay.
if that's kind of like the primary investment that you might be asking of the public, how you generate the kind of dollars that might be needed to invest in the type of things that a community, needs?
Very good question again. One, the membership dues is $12 for an individual once again,
Mhm.
and $29 for a business or an organization. So let me show what that entails. The $12 is for an individual to have access again to this information that we have readily available for them. The budgeting in G-Rich, the effective communication in State of American Address. In jury school, which actually is the first of its kind, to teach, again, civic law, being a part of a society where the Constitution is the law of the land. So we teach them these principles. Now, that $12 is a nominal fee for a lot of information. So an individual can actually just choose to subscribe for that information alone, or upload what they want to and become part of that, or they can choose to engage in what the business plan we have on our platform on how to invest and leverage what they invested.
So the membership fee might be more like a development cost, to developing the asset producing mind of the community in general.
Absolutely. And then with that $12 initial investment, what the individual, the child, or the adult, doesn't matter, have an opportunity to do is grow their network through simply referring a friend. So you actually earn money through simply referring a friend, if one chooses to do that. Or you
So
may,
there's a certain enterprise action going on here, where
Absolutely.
it's just merely membership, and
absolutely.
it is ingenious.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it really is.
It really is. And we pride ourselves on the fact that we have an opportunity to engage not only the community but the family unit again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very important, where the adult, a father, a mother, an auntie, a grandmother, or a niece, or whoever, sees a youth that has a great potential, great talent, is very articulate, can speak, can convey a thought or an idea, or is very good with mathematics or in finance or things of that matter, or business. So they would invest simply $12 in this individual to help them grow and develop the skills that they have on this platform. Then they can upload videos from either school or wherever it is this individual, this child goes or does, or a play or whatever they do on this platform, and they can get rated and actually win cash prizes and awards for what they do. So we award effort and reward those that excellence.
Structurally, how is it set up by area? Will there be X amount of branches, or locally we'll say like a Baton Rouge branch, or an Atlanta branch, or an LA branch, or is it basically going to be controlled through one national corporate setup?
Well, initially now it's through a corporate setup where the headquarters is based in Atlanta, Georgia, and what we do is it's an online platform. So what we can do is we develop it as we go. Certainly there could be chapters here, and we seek to do that in each state.
Right.
And where we can meet and join and engage the youth in a setting, a healthy environment, and get ideas from them as well.
When you mentioned platform, or to structure your platform to such a degree that it will allow for you to practice distance learning, where you can actually have the classroom structure.
Yes, exactly. Currently, right. And it could be, access, whether a child is on his tablet, smartphone, laptop, at the library, anywhere. And this is where we're at, again, in this social networking digital age that we're in.
Right.
And we've actually allowed them to engage themselves and learn a new skill set. We're in a new stage of our economy where we have to learn a new skill set, where we can't continue to go on the things of old. So this is what we're doing as we grow.
Yeah, it's like to impress upon the viewers right at this point the whole concept of here's an outfit that is in practicing things that are helping the community and also educational things. I thought it was very important to learn that they have the ability for distance learning through the medium TV. It's personally I'm involved with TV operations, online operations, and we'd like to get into distance learning because it is about education and it is about doing it on a scale, and there's no other way than a scale as large as the internet. Getting back to the thing that you mentioned was interesting to me. I also had a chance to talk to you prior to this interview about civic knowledge of our children. And you mentioned that you had a vehicle, the jury school.
Yes.
Do you want a little more detail on that?
Sure. The jury school, which the founder, James Orinoco, always mentioned, is the first of its kind. Because a juror, or someone that sits on a jury pool, has the power to convict someone or send or let someone free. So there's a process that goes into that, and one can be educated in this jury school on that specific process, on their duty as a citizen, as one that sits on a jury. What is the insight, the knowledge, the logic that needs to be built into that individual so they can understand a certain case that may come before them? Most people that just go to a call to sit on a jury may not have been through the process. Most people are busy with their day-to-day lives and don't have time to really educate themselves with the process. So they're basically just thrust into an area where there's no real insight as to what about this particular case, whatever it is that may be, what is involved with it, and they present it with a lot of information that really is, they don't have a knowledge of what's really going on outside of what they see on the black and white. But we know that these things can be manipulated, and they have been. History proves it. So we just give them a platform to where they can build on this type of knowledge, so they have something to go on. And second of all, it's important that we express our political will. Political will is very important to have because it gives the individual the power to enforce their will, and we like to call it political will. It's not, it's a us against them or we against them. It's a we the people movement. We the people of the United States.
On a more local scale, a personal scale, your background is I believe you're in business with D&D Enterprises. You're office manager there, charge in marketing.
Yes.
And it's a financial services outfit. So I would gather that you're used to helping the individuals within a community, with their finances and financial planning.
Yes.
And that I guess you bring those skills to social compact project.
Yes, and it's interesting that you mentioned it. I'm glad you did. On a more local scale, this is where we engage the community. We have a platform, again, to engage the community locally with what we're doing, to get insight in this community, because each community is different. Although we do suffer from the same ills, but we're different.
Right.
And it's actually to get the community involved with change, involved with information, and disseminating that information to the masses through this platform. So yes, I've been with D&D, and I help on certain.
And its owner is
John Du Bois.
John Du Bois.
Yes.
Well, I know that, and a lot of the practice has to do with taxes, I assume.
Mm.
I know that people really don't have that great appreciation of the tax system. There's a lot of social initiatives contained within taxes, whether or not they're going to give you credit for directing your money in such a direction as opposed to something else. But I don't feel people realize the vehicle, the social vehicle that tax and tax credits can be. And I thought that perhaps the Social Compact Project might be involved with taking those same sorts of tax initiatives and reformatting them to purely more social and educational things like what you're doing right now. I find that your founder, James Orrin Ogle, to be a mighty interesting person. From his beginnings real estate in the city in New York City, and that emphasis on intellectual property. We had another individual at a prior show, Russell Williams, talking about intellectual property as the community. And when you talk about the community, I guess for all intents and purposes, we're talking about minority, small, poor, grassroots community. Who might be a little bit less prominent in owner of real estate, real property, to be able to work with, or to be assets. Again, going back to this, perhaps the biggest assets of all, what the human being can develop.
Absolutely.
You don't
Absolutely.
get more worthwhile of that. It's just like if you could buy stock in Muhammad Ali in his heyday, or buy a piece of a 3-family house, which one would you do?
Right. We take Muhammad.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So each human has that possibility.
Yes. Mr. Prinsley, you said that very well, and you're right on point and on target with what we're doing. That's what these initiatives are about. The ideas of people. Thoughts are things that can be, is one of the founders' mottos. Thoughts are things that can be. The human mind has infinite power and knowledge and understanding. And these ideas, everything that we know, has produced from a thought first. So these platforms, again, it goes back to substance entertainment. But one can develop their thought. They can develop their idea. They can develop their intellect on this platform. This is what separates us from the rest, bar none. This is the greatest project we can boast today. It's on the scene. It's forward thinking. It's timely, and it's only the beginning.
And do so much researching. The website being like a real property.
Yeah.
That comes from through my due diligence.
And you did it well. You did it well. You did it well.
That's a very interesting concept of you're a piece of property at a website. Now, how are you going to develop this thing? So that's a concept that, especially with the employment situation, that a lot of people are doing anyway, but whether or not they appreciate the full potential of it is a different thing. Okay, I lost my job, my last little bit of earnings, and throw it to the website and this business plan, that sort of situation. But to really appreciate it as being, the asset.
Right. Exactly. And that's where we're at. And if you'd be so gracious to have us again, I'm quite sure the founder would and take the invitation to come explain what it is about.
I'd love to have it. Just just like again, I was checking out an interview of him with the Chicago Black Business Station, and very much impressed as I am with his program, and I just got this picture. When we talk about answers, I just got this picture looking at this community setting. And we talk about people plus, and there's X amount of people in this setting, you know, whether it's in the park or in a cookout, but it's just people, okay. And the view as it being like, oh, these poor people, look at them all congregated together.
Mm-hmm.
One view. Another view being, oh, look at all these valuable people, these valuable assets. Look at all this, you know.
Very well.
Look at all these people.
Very well.
Right? It's just, you know, if that could be accomplished, then the whole mindset,
Right.
you know, of, you know, our people being blacks, poor, minorities, you know, our people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Totally different thing, as opposed to the picture of you might get of a tall city of tall buildings and this, you know, this sort of property money
Mm-hmm.
view of what is right,
Mm-hmm.
what is good, or what the humankind is about.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Being an accountant, I'm concerned about the monies that fuel such effort. If you like the effort, if you like the cause, which I would, how are you set up to take donations? Are you a for-profit company or non-profit?
For-profit. I would have to call the founder and on certain questions of that matter. We would
Right.
have to do another interview with
Right.
him for that
Right.
aspect of it. I don't
Well,
know.
how does America get money into
Mhm.
the social compact project?
Okay, we can
There
go
you
back to
go.
the Matrix 3.
Yeah,
Yes,
right,
let's
right,
get back to the Matrix. Okay.
Well,
It's a $12 membership, and
Uh-huh.
like any private club.
Uh-huh.
So you sign on, you join on. Maybe you may join your son, your daughter, or whomever
mhm.
with this information. You see, it's time to do and stop talking. And the thing about it is that there is a fee because the simple fact we don't want nothing for free anymore. There's a concept out here that free. Well, my dad taught me and our family and us that nothing in life is free. There is no such thing as a free lunch. And when one goes about looking for a free lunch, it normally isn't that good. I'd rather pay for it. That way I can go up and down the menu and pick what I want.
Right.
See, so it's ingenious because we're delving into the psyche and the mind of the people. It's time to stop asking. It's time to stop begging. And it's time to begin to fuel our own economy. And this is how we do it, with the nominal fee of $12 for an individual and $29 for a business or an organization. The $29 for the business or an organization allows that business or the organization to continue to do what they're doing on our platform. So we're not asking no one to stop doing what they're doing, to stop the activity or the good that they're doing in their community. We're just simply saying you can do that on this platform and upload whatever it is you're doing and share with not only the community but the whole world as a whole.
Now you mentioned, perhaps I didn't pick this up, there are individual and business memberships?
Yes.
Okay, and the business memberships are benefited with what?
Yes.
The benefits for the business memberships are?
Okay. ABC Tire Company decides to say, oh, this is a great idea, I want to be a part of this. They join on. Now they can build their own economy by introducing their own network base into what they're doing, to the Matrix 3. Well, I'm just using the case of tires. So they may have a knowledge about what tires are changed at a certain speed or whatever it is that they do with this business. Now they can invite their network or their group of people into their own Matrix 3, building their own economy, as well as showing them in the world driving business to their business.
I'm sure that the businessman will also appreciate that sort of structure and setup. But as all things, even the good things, they have to come to an end, and so has this interview. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
and educating our audience. Thank you for tuning into Conversatio.
Thank you for having us.